We are live, straight politicking. Alex Alonso with an S, and you can find me at Alex Alonso 101 on all social media platforms. And I am here with my co-host from Inglewood, always up to no good. He is from out the eye. He is from the City of Champions. Munchie B is in the house, and he wants a team named after the city of Inglewood.
Sure do.
Hey, I don't know if that was last week or the week before, but I said Inglewood's too small. There's no small cities named. And somebody told me a small city with a professional team named after them.
What's that?
And it's one of your favorite teams. And we didn't even mention it.
What's that?
The Green Bay Packers. Green Bay has 106,000 people. 106,000 people. And they got a team named after them. But I was told that there's some history behind it, that the people from the city actually had owned the team, which was at some point. I don't know if it's still like that now. So, of course, if the city owns the team, let's say Inglewood buys the team, they can name it the Inglewood Chargers. So that's one of the reasons why the Green Bay Packers have the Green Bay title.
Yeah, and I think it's another city also, so help us out. You hear me?
Well, somebody tried to tell me San Jose, they have a professional hockey team, but people don't realize this. San Jose is actually got a bigger population than San Francisco. It sounds like a small city because we don't really
hear about it.
We don't hear about it. We don't know anyone up there. It don't come up. San Francisco and Oakland come up all the time, but San Jose is like just as large. It ain't a small city. I think San Jose, the last I checked, was almost at 1 million people. Let me see.
Oh yeah, that's a large population.
You know, San Francisco is under 1 million.
Yeah.
San Francisco ain't even at 1 million yet, and but I can't think. I didn't really go through all the cities. It might be some hockey teams that might come out of some small towns. San Jose, bro, listen to this. The population of San Jose is 984,000. That's 10. That's 10 Green Bays. Green Bay can fit in there 10 times.
Hey, and Green Bay be filling up their stadium too.
Oh yeah, and I don't think they would ever change the name because it's been historically, that's just been the name of the team. You know.
Yeah.
The Cheeseheads, it's already a brand.
I'll be tripping on how cold it be, and they be out there with no shirt on, with the paint all over their body.
Hey man, I love watching football games when it's snowing and it's raining and it's cold. It's the only sport that will not stop playing.
Yeah, baseball, they get the delay in the game.
Yeah, man. My dad used to get pissed. We used to be watching a baseball game. Oh, they're bringing out the tarp because they don't want the infield to get all wet. And they're like, man, why don't they play the game like they do in football? Just play the game. But I guess it's hard to pitch.
It's going to be muddy and all that.
It's hard to hit. It's hard to run. But, hey, in football, it's the same thing. Hard to throw. It's hard to run. It's hard to tackle.
Hey, them quarterbacks throwing against that wind and throwing in the rain, that's some talent.
But I believe that running backs have the advantage when the weather is bad.
Yeah, don't nobody want to tackle you when you're wet.
It's hard to tackle.
Right.
And you'll see some amazing runs in horrible weather. But you know what's funny? I think last week we were talking about Baby Shooter, and we had both combined. I'll probably find the clip exactly, but we had both said, "Oh, dude's probably about to get out any day now." And then I think you said something. I think I said he probably gonna go to no jumper, and then you said something about and Wack is probably gonna try to defend him. Somebody reminded me everything we said. It played out exactly that way. But I'm still tripping on, like, how do you get jewelry into the county jail? And then why would you be wearing it around?
Because people can't leave the internet and the cloud alone, bro. You turn yourself in and do like a month and some change, you gonna be back. Like, what did you, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's all he got to do?
Yeah, he turned himself in to do some, like, little punk time, like, a little over a month or something.
Oh, they probably gonna let him out in about a week.
I don't know, but shit. I know, I don't know.
Okay, so when he gets out, you know he's gonna go to no jumper, right?
And then Wacko try to help him clean it up. Because he already hopped on the phone with Wack and he, you know what I'm saying, tried to like make it seem like it wasn't like it was, or it's a part of what goes on, like you just, you know what I'm saying? But it's just obvious he didn't go about things correctly. Right.
I just thought that was funny.
I don't know, man. Wack is a peculiar character.
Man, he's a horrible character. We talking about peculiar. The dude's a horrible human being. That's just bottom line. He's just a horrible human being. He wants to bring demise to everybody.
Right.
And a lot of things that he says is just a reflection of what he went through. So if he's saying, "Oh, you got beat up," you know what I mean? He was probably getting whooped out when he was a kid over there. If he says my Schwinn got taken, you know how many bikes he probably got stolen from him when he was a kid.
Right.
So he's just deflecting and projecting, I should say, his experiences onto everybody else. Because I seen some things he was accusing others of doing, and I was like, bro, that's what you do. That's exactly what you do.
Yeah, that dude's something else, man.
But yeah, it was funny. The whole baby shooter situation.
Played out just like we said it.
Exactly. And I don't know about the stab wounds and all the injuries.
Ain't no stab wounds.
Hey, you know what's funny? He had a cast on, right? Not a cast.
Sling.
A sling. He had a sling. And bro was lifting his arm up and down while he was gesturing and talking. There was nothing wrong with his arm.
He forgot he was injured, huh?
He forgot he was in a sling. And when you're in a sling, that arm does not supposed to move. That shoulder's supposed to stay in place. It's supposed to be.
Well, why would you have a sling without the cast, though?
I don't know. I used to wear a sling sometimes just so I can prevent my shoulder. I wanted to hold my shoulder in a position so it could heal. And you don't move around and gesture the way he was doing if there was any injury to your arm or shoulder.
Yeah, but like you said, if you got a sling on with no cast, more than likely it's a shoulder injury. He ain't complaining about a shoulder. He says his arm broke and he got stabbed somewhere.
Yeah, that is a little unusual because the sling is definitely to keep your shoulder from moving.
Right.
And if you have a severe shoulder injury or dislocation, you throw that sling on there just to keep, because when your arm is just swinging around in normal, natural movement, your shoulder will feel the pain.
Mm-hmm.
So that sling is to prevent your arm from just swinging around and allow the shoulder joints to heal. So I didn't even understand, what was the sling for?
To keep an act going.
Hey, what I did learn from that interview, Attorney Jasmine is actually Shooter's lawyer. Didn't know that. Did you know that?
Oh, that's why she had a special message.
Yeah, that's he has her. And I saw on her Instagram, she was at the No Jumper interview recording behind the scenes. So she was there. And I wondered, I had a question for Attorney Jasmine if I ever get a chance to talk to her. She's representing Suge Knight right now. This man that you have there with Shooter has said some horrible things about your client, Suge Knight.
She don't care, man.
So how does that work?
She there for the money. She there to just represent him and go home. She don't care.
I'm sure that if we said some bad things about someone's client, they'll have some words for us. I mean, your attorney is supposed to defend you.
Not in your personal life. Well, I'm talking about paying for mama funerals and, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it must be awkward situation when you sitting next to somebody that's just bad mouthing your client all day, every day. Anytime Suge's name come up, he's throwing some mud at it. But yeah, that's I didn't know that until I saw that Instagram clip. She was sitting right there the whole time.
Yeah, but yeah, she on the rise. I hear her name a lot, and yeah, I followed her. She followed back. Hope she keep doing her thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got quite a few lawyers that are known on social media, including Nicholas Rosenberg, and then we have my girl. I interviewed her once before, Noriega, Lauren Noriega, and now Attorney Jasmine is making a name for herself. And then of course Megan Blanco, she pops up on social media here and there. She was representing Boosie, and I hear Boosie got another case. Or is it stemming from the same San Diego case? That's 18 months he got to do.
I'm not sure, man. I be assuming everything be clickbait, so I don't be clicking on it. But I heard I ran across something said the feds really want Lil Boosie off the streets or something.
I didn't really go into it, but it said 18 months, so it ain't too bad. 18 months.
Man, leave Boosie alone, man.
Hey, man, you can't really be. Here's a crazy thing. Well, he got pulled over. The gun was shown in the video. They were monitoring him. Then he jumped in a vehicle, and they pulled him over, and they found the gun.
Oh, are we still talking about that? That's just this what they tripping off of?
I'm not sure, because remember he got it dismissed, and then they refiled on him because that Supreme Court case that they were using, it didn't end up passing. So they refiled on him.
I thought this got like settled already.
It was settled.
Yeah, I know they threw it out and the feds picked it up, but I don't know why I thought it was, I don't know.
No, the states did throw it out, but then the feds picked it up, and then the case got dismissed at the federal level because of a Supreme Court case where they said that non-violent offenders from the past shouldn't lose their gun rights. Boosie only has dope cases. He had no violent convictions. So Megan Blanco was able to get that case dismissed. Then when the prosecutors found out that Supreme Court case got overturned, something happened with it, it didn't go all the way through, they refiled on his ass.
Yeah, it's just that it's been so long. I thought it was done. I'm like, it been how long now?
It's been at least a year and a half too. And I'm assuming that that's what this is about now. This 18 months he's got to do. I don't know. I haven't really tapped in with it. But yeah, we got Megan Blanco is another attorney that we're very familiar with. Those are the four that I can think of. There are probably a couple more that I'm unaware of in the LA space.
Yeah, okay, now it makes sense. Why she made the statement that she made referring to the young gentleman hopping on the phone saying what he said.
Well, she obviously believed his story when he called her and told her.
That's crazy. She know the truth now.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure there's still some people that believe him. I was surprised that after all of that happened, he went back to a GP module, right? He went from like 2,200 to 2,100.
Because stories was conflicting. You know what I mean?
So technically, he didn't roll it up.
Man, look. I mean, you ask him what I believe, or you know what I'm saying? Because like he went somewhere else and he gave his side and is conflicting. So, I mean, maybe they just, you know.
But where he gave his side was still general population.
Right.
So I was at first I thought he rolled it up and they took him to PC, but it don't look like that ever happened.
Man, hey, I'm just withdraw all my, you know what I'm saying? I don't be needing no more internet back and forth, but I believe I got a certain belief in my mind on how something went. You know what I mean?
In terms of the PC part?
Not the PC part, the rolling it up part. You know what I mean?
Well, if you roll it up, doesn't that mean you're going PC?
Yeah, but when he rolled it up and went to where he went next, usually they roll you up again. You know what I mean? Like, but he came over there explaining himself, and they you know, conflicted on what really happened, so they probably let him stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, man.
They did take his earrings though. That was a fact.
Man, they snatched him out. He probably would have unscrewed him for him. They snatched him out.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should be going to the county jail with jewelry. Would you wear that CMT in the county jail? That chain in CMT if they let you?
No, I wouldn't want it in the county. Probably in the pen. Go to visit and stuff looking fly, but no, not in the county.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it, but from what I'm hearing, people, they just go to the station and say, these earrings don't come out.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard them say. They're permanent.
Yeah, I've been hearing a couple people say that because I've been wondering how's people walking around with earrings in.
Yeah, that's the excuse. You got to say it's permanent and that you can't take them out.
Yeah, that's crazy. It wasn't like that when I was flying through the county.
Yeah, I never heard of that. I never heard of permanent earrings anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess your skin can grow around it and then they just get stuck.
Yeah, and that's bad. That's bad. Your skin grow around the back piece. Yeah, that's horrible. But hey, why you title that video the cities that don't have gang culture? That wasn't the correct title.
Let me see what I titled. Well, I didn't title that myself
because
I used a program for those titles.
Yeah, because Chicago most definitely has a gang culture.
Yeah, I don't think I said no cities.
You'll have to read it off because I'm like, why?
Cities that refuse LA gang culture: Chicago, Detroit, Oakland, and DC.
Oh, refuse LA gang culture. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And apparently Detroit does have LA gangs. I just threw that in there just to get people debate. But for a fact, Chicago don't. We agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oakland don't. I think we agree on that. And Washington, D.C., a lot of people in D.C. will say, no, ain't no Crips and Bloods in D.C. And then if you go into the comments, there's people saying all these other cities and towns that don't have them. So,
Hey, why you say Oakland? Why you didn't say the Bay Area?
I could have threw San Francisco. And yeah, well,
The Bay Area.
no, I don't think the whole Bay Area. I think like Hayward is considered the Bay Area and Fremont is considered the Bay Area. I think they do have some Crips and Bloods in some of those surrounding Bay Area cities.
I think is when you get to Stockton, which ain't the Bay, they got some Bloods and Crips and
we definitely Sacramento, which is not the Bay, but not
yeah,
too
most
far.
definitely. Yeah, but I don't think none of the Bay got it. But
Are you familiar with some of these smaller towns like Pittsburgh, Hayward, Fremont? Oh man, I could be. I'm not certain. I'm not certain. I have to revisit that. You think the whole Bay Area?
I think the whole Bay
Yeah.
Area, and they take pride in not having Bloods and Crips.
Okay.
They take, but see, you got the rapper Messy Marv, that he's from Frisco and he blood all day, and he's safe from bounty hunters.
Yeah. Well, we would call those what, transplant gang members,
Migrants or
or
something,
commuter.
nomads.
Yeah, they're not taking that hood up there though.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, okay. LA gang culture, I get it.
yeah, because we got Crips and Bloods in at least a couple hundred cities in America, which is crazy. But
More than a couple hundred.
and then there's a lot of people tapping in with the New York history of blood, and they say actually somebody threw in this term that I forgot all about, but double I, the double I Bloods.
Oh, in Jersey, right?
Yeah, you know what the double I is for?
Somewhere Inglewood though.
Inglewood here in L.A. Inglewood to Illtown. Illtown's a nickname they use in Jersey.
Right.
Inglewood to Illtown, the double I. Those predate the 9 Trey Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
The double I's in Jersey.
Yeah.
I forgot all about the double I's.
Ain't that Tresh in them?
I believe that's their section. Yeah, I don't know if they ever claimed it.
Yeah, the Queen Street's out there deep.
But they do. Illtown is a well-known slang for that town in Jersey. So, yeah, man, there's some real interesting East Coast history related to embracing L.A. gang culture. Hey, T. Rogers used to go out there back in the day. I remember him. They used to fly him out to Jersey. They worshipped T. Rogers, man.
What about Philly?
Philly does not have, at least as far as I know, does not have any Crips and Bloods.
I know Pittsburgh do for sure.
That I don't know.
Yeah, no, we got the homies out there.
In Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Illtown is most commonly referred to as Middletown or Middlesex, the borough of Middlesex County in New Jersey. Yeah. So Illtown covers that whole section. And apparently they got some Bloods that got some Inglewood influence out there if they're calling it the double I.
Yeah. Shout out to Double I.
But that goes back to the early 90s.
I mean, it's probably around the same time as 9 Trey, because 9 Trey is 93.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, so they like 91?
Probably. So I do believe that the first blood gangs on the East Coast did form in Jersey first. Then it went to New York. I think Jersey was I think they got that.
Yeah, I hear the Grape Sheets, they big in Jersey in the 60s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jersey completely embraced all the LA shit.
Yeah, they with the program.
Texas for sure. From Dallas to Houston to Fort Worth, all across Texas. Oh, here's another town that doesn't. New Orleans. I don't believe there's any Crips and Bloods in New Orleans because they take pride in all those projects they got, and their hoods are based off their communities there. So
Hollywood projects, Magnolia projects, but look, Lil Wayne,
he want to be a Blood.
and Birdman,
Yeah, they want to be a Blood.
yeah, Lil Wayne bang Mob Paru.
So yeah, I don't know why. That's kind of crazy that these guys decided to take on some LA shit in a very proud city of New Orleans.
Man, Mac 10 joined Cash Money and got on red flag.
No, Mac 10 is the one that took that over there, huh?
Yeah,
He influenced the whole section over there.
when he was a part of Cash Money for a short time.
All right, man. We have covered at least 3 or 4 street takeover stories. I don't even like that term takeover. I think that's a police term to describe a bunch of young brothers and sisters getting together, showing off their cars and low riding and donuts. But whatever, street takeovers. That's it. It's what it's called. But there was one in Carson, man, and I think you may have heard about it.
Yeah, I did.
This one didn't end up so good though. I don't think we've had a street takeover story in the last year or two that it resulted in a homicide.
I think, but it was, you said a year or two. It was a little later than that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's happened in the past,
Yeah,
but in terms of
I think like 4 years ago.
okay. Well, I got an article and a clip. Let me read this article first, and then we'll go to the clip. But it says here that Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said the deadly incident happened Sunday at 3 a.m., bro. They're out there at 3 a.m.
Oh, okay. So
Sunday's really Monday morning. No, my bad.
no, it was Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, Saturday going into Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Yeah. So Saturday night going into Sunday morning, 3 a.m.
And that's why I asked that, because Saturday I went to the rare breed thing. Man, had Westchester Park filled up. I wonder did they migrate that way after that.
What time was you there?
I wasn't at. I was at Westchester Park around like 5 something.
Oh, okay.
And then that whole park was full. Like, I'm like, they serious about the bike club set. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was deep. They must got a lot of chapters in different states, and they flew in or something.
But that sounds like an older crowd that you was with.
Nah, it was young.
Some youngsters there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ran into Smack from back on Fig. Ran into Big Deal, T-Row brother. He was out there streaming on Kick.
Because the youngster that died in this one was 22. So, all right. But it says here, deputies responded to the intersection of Charles Willard Street and Harmon Avenue. Following reports of a shooting, they arrived at the scene, discovered 3 men suffering from gunshot wounds. One of the victims, 22-year-old Patrick Bell, was declared dead at the scene by paramedics. While at the scene, investigators learned of 4 other shooting victims who self-transported to the hospital. Authorities confirmed that the shots were fired following a street takeover at the intersection. 2 of the surviving victims remain in critical condition. No arrests have been made, and they also stated here that, and it'll probably be in the clip too, that they believe there's evidence that there were 2 shooters that shot off 20 shots during this incident.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully the 2 that's in critical condition pull it through.
Yeah, probably. Probably they'll be able to, the police is at their bedsides, which is crazy. I don't know if you've been through it. You must have been through it where
I'm trying to catch you on anesthesia and ask you questions.
They're at their bedside trying to interrogate them. Sometimes the nurse, they do good jobs at, intercepting it. But then there's some nurses that just don't. They're like, go ahead, do your thing,
Oh, okay. I never heard that nurses try to intercept it.
Oh yeah, I saw one. I saw a good video, police body cam footage. The nurse, the police wanted to draw blood from this DUI situation, and the nurse was like, "You got a warrant?" And it was like, "No, but it's because of the circumstances, we're allowed to draw blood." And the nurse was like, "I don't think you guys are allowed to." And the cops were trying to bully the nurse. "Yeah, we are. And she was like, "Let me call my supervisor." And she was like, "Nah, I don't think you can." And they arrested the nurse, bro.
Never.
Yes.
For obstruction?
But checked it for obstruction.
Hey, that's a lawsuit.
This happened about 3 or 4 years ago. This happened maybe in the teens. Maybe.
So I have this, it says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. Okay? This was something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The 3 things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest, and neither of those things, the patient can't consent. He's told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant, and the patient is not under arrest. So I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do. That's all. So.
Okay, so I take it without those in place, I'm not going to get blood. Is that, am I fair to surmise that?
Alex, you're not representing the person in the hospital. Okay, you're just yeah, I don't know. I have no idea why he's blaming me. I'm just representing. Why are you blaming the messenger?
She's the one that has told me no.
Yeah, but sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. Like you're making a huge mistake because you're threatening a charge.
Okay.
Oh, please.
No, we're done.
No,
we're done.
Hey.
We're done.
Sir, I had administrators coming. Hey,
Seriously. Hey. Hey. Hey.
you're insulting me. Stop! Stop! I've done
Hold
nothing
your phone.
wrong.
I have administrators.
I'll hold your phone.
I've done nothing wrong. Leave my phone.
I have
I am happy.
Hey.
This is crazy.
Hey, this nurse sued. Guess what she got?
Some millions.
Nah, she didn't get that much. She was only in jail for, no, actually, they put her in handcuffs. They threw her in the car. I'm not sure if she even made it to the station. She got $500,000. And the cop that arrested her was terminated, and the lieutenant was demoted.
Hey man, people can't be abusing their power. That's abusing your power. You know how embarrassed that lady was to be at work and get put in the back of a police car?
Completely. It's all on camera. But there are some nurses that would have folded. There were some nurses that would have folded and be like, all right, I'll draw the blood for you. Because this cop was very intimidating. And this woman, she stood on all 10 toes and was like, I can't let you do it. And he kept saying, I'm going to arrest you. You're going to go to jail. So there are some, all nurses aren't created equal. So this woman, I can't remember her name, but I was proud of this nurse.
Hey, I'm late and I'm proud of her. What state was she from?
I don't remember what state it was, but she was in handcuffs. And once they handcuffed her, she started crying, but she did not waver. She did not say, okay, I'll get you the blood. She was like, all right.
So she never made it to the station?
I'm not sure if she made it to the station or if eventually, but yeah, she got $500,000. I was like, wow, just for being handcuffed, thrown in the back of the car. That's a great settlement.
Right.
I was thinking.
All right. Now she ate off that.
That's a great settlement. All right. But, the nurses are doing their due diligence at this hospital, wherever they're at. It doesn't say what hospital these guys are in. But, that's what the police do. You went through it more than once or just that time when you got shot in the head?
Just that one time. Tried to come holler at, well, they tried to talk to me a couple times, but take advantage of me being under heavily medicated, under proffer and all that. They tried to come and talk. You know what I mean? They try their hand.
Did you ever find out if your nurse tried to tell him, hey, he needs his rest, or hey, this is not a good time?
No, I remember. No. My dad was sitting right there though. No, they didn't get nowhere with it. I wasn't that high.
Well, there have been many of cases where a lot of evidence comes from the victim in the hospital unknowingly because they're recording. They're recording the whole time.
Hey, but it need to be a law to protect people, because if they are under all that anesthesia, they can't really. They're not working with a full. What's the word? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might say anything. You know what I mean? That's taking advantage of somebody. So there need to be a law in place to protect. You know what I mean?
Definitely. All right, I got a clip on this story. Can we play clip 1, please?
Investigators say a weekend street takeover in Carson ended with gunfire. 7 people were shot. One of those victims died.
Let's go to Gigi live right now at the Carson Sheriff's Station with more on what we know this morning. Gigi.
Roxanne, Jen, good morning. Good morning, everyone. We've learned from the medical examiner that the victim who died at the scene of that street takeover was 22-year-old Patrick Bell. 2 others were left in critical condition, and 4 other people were also shot. Take a look at the video. It all happened here in Carson on Sunday morning, just before 3 o'clock. That's when the intersection of Charles Willard and Harmon Avenue in an industrial area of Carson was taken over by cars doing donuts. Dozens of people gathered to watch the scene when suddenly, amid the noise of those revving engines and screeching tires, the sound of gunfire. Witnesses telling homicide detectives they heard at least 20 shots being fired in the crowd, and detectives now believe there were at least 2 shooters. Chaos followed as those dozens of people, well, they ran to try and get away, but 3 were down. They had all been shot. Again, one of them identified as 22-year-old Patrick Bell, dying at the scene, while 2 other men were left in critical condition. We're told they spent all of yesterday in surgery. One of them reportedly has a bullet lodged in his spine. Now, homicide detectives with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department would later learn that 4 other people had been shot, but they were taken away by friends, driven to the hospital before police and paramedics arrived. And take a look at this, because about 40 minutes or so earlier, there was another street takeover, this one at Broadway and Imperial in South LA. When LAPD officers arrived there, they found this car on fire in the intersection. The driver long gone, leaving his car behind to burn. Other cars were seen speeding off, and police will compare notes to see if those 2 street takeovers might have been connected. Now, back here in Carson, homicide detectives know that there were dozens of people at the street takeover in that industrial area. They're hoping that someone will come forward. Any video that you might have shot, anything you might have seen, could be the one clue they need to catch a killer. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, hopefully someone comes forward. Thank you.
Hey, man, that sounds pretty gangster. 2 people bussing together into a crowd or into a group of people, letting off 20 rounds, shooting 7 people, dropping 3.
Sheesh. So they trying to see if that's like the car that, you know what I'm saying, the shooters put off in was on Broadway and Imperial and just basically torched the car and hopped in with somebody else. That's what it sounded like.
And then this news clip let us know that of the 2 that went into surgery, one has a bullet in the spine. That might mean this person might be paralyzed.
Right.
I'm not sure if you could have a bullet in the spine and still walk. It's possible, but very rare.
Yeah, I mean, large. Yeah, when you say large, they real specific right there. But you know, a lot of people get shot in certain places and they just leave it in there because they don't want to fish for it and mess anything up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes the best thing to do is to let it just. Sometimes a bullet will come to the surface of your skin over time. Naturally, your body will push it out rather than them going in there trying to get it out.
Damn, man, that's messed up, man.
Yeah, man, because you know when I hear a person like this guy named Bell, 22 years old, you know I think of my son. I got a 22-year-old and a 21 and a 20-year-old, and damn, I'm like, wow, this guy's the same age as my son. You know, just trying to hang out and have a good time. I don't know if he was involved in any of the chaos. I'm assuming that 90% of the people out there is just there to just have fun.
Right.
And of course, there's a couple knuckleheads out there that are trying to do damage.
It's always gonna be a few, probably looking for a lick or whatever.
It's always best not to go, especially at 3 a.m. Nah, maybe when I was in my 20s, I would have went. I used to go out all the time, but it was never as chaotic as it is these last few years.
Yeah, I used to always be out there, up and down Crenshaw, on Broadway, on Compton and Main. You feel me?
What's the most chaotic it's gotten since when you was going out there?
I can't pinpoint one. It's been a lot of instances. Like I knew when there's some stuff out there on Broadway, especially. You know, that straight away when all the little motorcycles about to start and boom, down away from Anthony's Park and all that. You know, it used to be lit.
Yeah.
Something bad happened and we be right back out there the next weekend. like nothing didn't even happen the week prior, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be pulling up on one. I used to shoot a lot of footage of all that stuff.
But it seemed like the Sunday fun days that's in the daytime with the lowriders is not drama filled. It don't be no drama. I noticed that. But when they hit nighttime and it be the Crenshaw takeovers and the takeovers, it's a little bit more chaotic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's those takeovers, I guess.
So I think, mostly older people got lowriders. You know what I mean? But all the Sunday fun days, I don't never hear no drama ever.
But sometimes Sunday Fun Day would go into the night, but you're saying that when the night falls, it's a different crowd, it's a different group.
A younger crowd. Most like when it hit nighttime, it be the faster cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, the sports cars and all that. People spinning out doing donuts. Sunday Fun Day, they out there in the Lolos, bouncing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I might hit a Sunday Fun Day again. I saw when I was at Earl's Grill last year, a brother gave me a flyer and said, "Oh yeah, we're doing a Sunday lowrider thing," and it had like all the supporters' logos on it, and it had the City of LA logo on there, and I was like, "What's this all about?" He said, "Oh yeah, the city, they're letting us do this, and I guess the police are gonna be out there." I was like, "Oh, okay, I never heard of this before, a Sunday lowrider event where the city of LA is sponsoring it."
Yeah, they don't I don't think that they don't give no problems though. You know what I mean? The Lolos. I mean, then what you go chase them? Ain't nobody really getting away in a low. They just, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and then most people in sports cars, in them fast cars, majority of them license is suspended, and they know that. You know what I mean? They be know what they doing.
Well, they're gonna get their car snatched like that. That one that happened in the LA River a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, they blocked off like 12 of them. Huh?
They took 70 cars.
Where I get 12 from?
They impounded 70 cars because some people thought they could just go down in the LA River. I already know the LA River's off limits. Some people was like, "Oh, we didn't know you couldn't drive down there." Come on, that's a river. The hell y'all driving in the riverbed for?
Somebody let them near. Whoever let the pack got everybody car snatched.
No, what it is that riverbed is in so many movies and it's in so many videos. Of course, they get permits to do it. In fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's Arnold Schwarzenegger's most famous movie?
Terminator.
Terminator 2 has a great scene in the LA River. But I mean, there's been dozens and dozens of movies shot down there. So maybe people just think, "Oh, okay, they're always doing movies in there. We can go down there."
You think we'll ever get another movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger
I
in it?
think he's too old, bro.
Too old. How old is he right now?
He's got to be in his 70s, man. I mean, you're not gonna get an action movie from him. You'll definitely get another movie from Arnold, but an action movie? I don't know. Who else is who's doing action? Well, Tom Cruise is getting up there in age, and he's still doing these Mission Impossibles. But we need another good L.A. River movie, a good chase. But
they ain't gonna never stop doing them Fast and Furious. I'm tired of them. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I got tired of them after like the second one.
Man, what they on number 8 or 7? Or
I don't know.
That gotta be the movie with the most. You know what I mean?
Let me look up Arnold Schwarzenegger's age. Oh yeah, he's definitely too old to do any. 78.
Oh damn.
78.
Oh no, we ain't gonna see him in another flick.
He'll be 79 in July. July 30th, he'll be 79. He was born in 1947.
Sheesh.
Yeah. But shoot, my mom is older than him. And
it seemed like just yesterday when he got his maid pregnant. For real.
Hey, it seemed like just yesterday I was watching Terminator 2. Actually, it was crazy. I watched Terminator 2 in Century City with the real loose cannon. I think I was with the real loose cannon when I watched Terminator 2. Either that or I was with Steph. I don't remember. I think I was with the real loose cannon. Yeah.
78, man. He up there.
So, let's say 91 was how many years ago? Well, it's basically, how old are you?
37 this year.
Okay, so with -2 from that, 35 years ago is when Terminator 2 came out. 78 minus 35, that puts him at 43 years old when Terminator 2 came out.
Yeah.
Damn, he was in his 40s. 40s is young when you think about it, right?
They might revamp it and come with another Terminator.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to change the actor.
Yeah, and they go out to come with a new you know what I mean, up and coming.
Dang, I didn't know. Next year Arnold will be 80. But basically, he'll be 80 next year. Let's see here. Arnold, businessman, politician. I was trying to see what was his last movie. Here we go. Let's see what his last movie was. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think we saw him in a movie not too long ago. But you ain't gonna see him in no Terminator type movie. Yeah, he was just in some series here. I don't know what this is called. Fubar. They used his voice on another thing just recently. He's still staying a little bit busy in acting, but nothing of excitement here.
Doing voiceovers and stuff, huh?
I think Mortal Kombat. He's the video game. 2025. Oh, he's got some upcoming projects. Let's see what's upcoming. Man with the Bag. I doubt there's any action in that. That's coming out this year. Kung Fury.
That sounds action packed.
It says here he's playing the president. I don't think the president is going to be squabbing. So, I think it's a wrap for Arnold. I hate to say it because I enjoyed, even though he's a horrible actor.
You think so?
Oh yeah, definitely. I enjoyed watching him.
So him being muscle bound got him his roles.
100%. All his early movies, Conan the Barbarian and even the Terminator was based off of his physique. But then he started parlaying into comedies with Danny DeVito. That was funny. He did a movie called Twins in like 88, 89. But bro's been in movies since the 70s. You know.
Will Smith might want to step up and be the Black Terminator. He know how to get physically fit for movies and all that. He did it for Ali.
I'm surprised there isn't another Terminator. I think it ended after the second one.
We're going to speak it up. Watch.
We'll see. But boys and girls, you can't go into the Los Angeles riverbed. Although I did go down there and shoot a video. I did say that last time. I shot one with Isaac Pedroza. I wonder if we were violating any rules just being down there. We were just on foot. We didn't take no car down there.
Most definitely was violating.
We just scaled down the side. It's pretty steep. You gotta be careful when you're coming down those side parts. You trip, you'll end up rolling all the way down. Bust your head. But 72 dudes got their cars jacked. All right, man.
And there was a gang of 30-day hoes too.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, them 30-day hold now is what, $3,000, something like that.
Storage fees go hit.
All right, man. There was this case out of Texas of this man named James Broadnax. Committed a crime in 2008. He was found guilty, and he was 19 at the time. And he didn't even have anything recorded in terms of rap music, but he had a whole bunch of rap lyrics written down in his books. And they used his actual handwritten books in his 2008 trial and found him guilty of, I believe it was a double homicide. I got an article here about this. And this is an interesting case because several rappers, high profile rappers like Travis Scott, T.I., Killer Mike, helped submit a brief to the U.S. Supreme Court into arguing the use of rap lyrics as evidence. So I got an article here from the Marshall Project. It says his rap lyrics helped send him to death row. Yeah, that's true. Travis Scott and T.I. are trying to stop his execution. This was a couple months ago. The rappers argue that James Broadnax's case exemplifies a larger problem in American courtrooms, the use of rap lyrics as evidence. And so far, Munchie, only 2 states have written laws to prevent this from happening in court, with limitations, of course.
California, who else?
And Louisiana. So 2 states have written it, but the rest of the country, they haven't caught up. Let me read a little bit of this article here. Some of the most famous rappers in the country, Travis Scott, Killer Mike, T.I., Young Thug, and Fat Joe, filed briefs at the U.S. Supreme Court earlier this month. They're asking the justices to stop an April 30th execution of James Broadnax, arguing that his case exemplifies a larger problem in American courtrooms, the use of rap lyrics as evidence. Broadnax was sent to death row for killing Stephen Swan and Matthew Butler while stealing their car in the Dallas suburb in 2008. The celebrity involvement, not unusual in death penalty cases, may not even end up being the most talked about element of this in this case. Broadnax's cousin just recently, Demarius Cummings, confessed that he killed the victims and let Broadnax take the blame, according to the Dallas Morning News. But the rap question, should the Supreme Court take it on, could have sweeping implications across the country at the moment when prosecutors are bringing rap lyrics into the trials of more and more famous defendants like Young Thug, which he beat. Well, I wouldn't say he beat his case, but he kind of did beat the case.
It's a W at the end of the day. Yeah,
definitely a win for Young Thug. Lil Durk, whose case is pending, and it says here Draco the Ruler. I guess he beat his case. They definitely try to bring rap lyrics into his case. This also coincides with Afro Man's very entertaining victory against the Ohio sheriff's deputy in the defamation trial, where he rapped. He rapped about them.
He rapped about some cake or something, right?
Yeah, but he also did call one of them a pedophile because the cop's brother was a convicted pedophile. So I kind of thought, I was like, ooh, he went a little too far. Afro Man did when he called that cop a pedophile, but hey, he won the case because it was satire. And Afro Man can get away with that.
But that's kind of like it's a violation of the Constitution when they trying to use your lyrics against you.
Well, that's what this whole case is about. Broadnax was never famous. He was 19 when he was arrested, and during his 2009 trial, prosecutors introduced more than 40 pages of his handwritten lyrics into evidence. That's crazy. That means they must have raided his home and took everything in, and they're like, "Oh, here's some lyrics that he wrote."
You know what? They just tell me that case was weak to begin with.
Well, one of the lyrics here says, "Hog tie 'em and body bag 'em, send them to the mayor. Then I bomb the whole country, send the press the paper." That's one of the quotes out of his book. Broadnax's lawyers say prosecutors violated his right to a fair trial when they portrayed his art as a literal admission of criminality. These arguments exploited racial stereotypes commonly associated with rap lyrics, and the black community transformed Mr. Broadnax's artistic expression into a death warrant, his lawyers wrote in their Supreme Court petition. The last decade has seen a growing movement of artists, scholars, and lawyers pushing to ban various uses of rap lyrics in courtrooms. In 2015, Killer Mike, Big Boy, and T.I. went to bat for the free speech rights of Taylor Bell, a Mississippi high school student whose rap video included descriptions of violence against teachers accused of sexual harassment. He was suspended, and the rappers did not convince the Supreme Court to take the case. In 2019, Professor Eric Nielsen and Andrea Dennis published the landmark book, Rap on Trial, Race, Lyrics, and Guilt in America, analyzing how prosecutors use defendants' lyrics against them, often as confessions to specific crimes. And it goes on and on here. I got a clip, but you as a rapper, you ever think about some bars that you're writing? Because you got some pretty tough bars here and there.
Yeah, but it like it's tailored to fit anybody circumstance though. So they could easily be like, oh, apply to that, but it don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a prosecutor could easily say that what you rap could mean this. Be something that's specific rather than general.
Hit their main block, empty the clip. So, or if you hit their main street where they hang out at and then you empty the clip, then, hey, he said in this rap line right here, like, you feel me? Like,
well, I don't know the specifics of this guy's case, Mr. Broadnax, but this line, if he hogtied the people
right
and body bagged them, that's a horrible line to have in your notepad.
Yeah, if somebody got hogtied in this case, then you feel me? That's kind of like, I don't know why you put that one out.
Because hogtying is not a general thing.
Okay, so what if the song is written before the crime is committed?
Sort of like your boy David.
That's where I was getting. That's where I was getting to.
I don't mean to laugh, y'all. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just the coincidences are funny to me.
Right. So is it something to protect you with the? Because that's what happened with with Durk. Some got tossed out because he was able to prove when the song was recorded. they showed the reference track and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, unfortunately, the Supreme Court did not intervene in Mr. Broadnax case, his death penalty case. And unfortunately, man, just a few weeks ago, Texas did their big one on Mr. Broadnax.
It's horrible.
Can we play clip number 2?
A convicted killer used his last words before his execution to claim his innocence.
The state of Texas executed James Broadnax tonight in Huntsville for the murders of 2 men in Garland. So this comes a month after his co-defendant confessed and claimed he was the one who actually pulled the trigger. Fox 4's Casey Stiegel in studio tonight with more. Casey.
Steve, Heather, good evening. 37-year-old James Broadnax died at 6:47 by lethal injection following a last-ditch legal push centered on his cousin's new claim that he, in fact, was the shooter. Outside the Huntsville prison this evening, supporters held a vigil hoping Governor Abbott would stay the execution. Broadnax was 19 back in June of 2008 when 26-year-old Stephen Swan and 28-year-old Matthew Butler were shot and killed outside a Garland music studio during a robbery. Not long after the crime, our own Sean Rabb did a jailhouse interview with both suspects, Broadnax and his cousin, Demarius Cummings. Cummings showed remorse but denied pulling the trigger. Broadnax was later convicted and sentenced to death. Cummings received life without parole. But this year, Cummings changed his tune, claiming he fired the shots, and Broadnax took the blame. Multiple appeals were filed through Texas courts, arguing Broadnax's original trial had a tainted jury. In another appeal, they claimed prosecutors misused rap lyrics Broadnax had written, presenting them as evidence of gang ties. But all of those petitions were denied, including pleas all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. Among his final words, "No matter what you think about me, Texas got it wrong. I'm innocent. The facts of my case should speak for itself, period." Capital punishment opponents saying this tonight.
This jury was unconstitutionally impaneled. The United States Supreme Court decided not to review the case, in which there are very significant constitutional issues, and the United States Supreme Court has simply decided to look the other way.
So not long ago, Broadnax's legal team and family released this statement to Fox 4, which reads in part, quoting here, "James was a caring, thoughtful, spiritual, and deeply intelligent person who positively impacted all who came to know him." It is not clear whether any of the victims' relatives were present for tonight's execution. Broadnax got married just 2 weeks ago. His wife was there as a witness.
There you go, man. Pretty it's kind of sad that a teenager, if you're a teenager, I don't think you should be executed. 19 years old when he allegedly committed this crime. I don't even know if he's guilty, because here's the issue with this. DeMarcus Cummings. Did I say DeMarcus Cousins? Is that an NBA player?
And then Phil Cousins, or not thinking.
No, he was an NBA player. He had a short stint with the Lakers. But Cummings, his admission now, weeks before the execution, isn't going to be taken, seriously by any of the courts, because they're just going to say, "Oh, you're just trying to prevent an execution." Cummings should have came forward, 10 years ago or something. So I don't know how legitimate and how credible Cummings' claims are, but he still got sentenced to life without parole. Why don't you give Mr. Broadnax life without parole? He's 19 years old.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think under a certain age, they shouldn't be able to execute somebody.
Teenagers should never be sentenced to death. I don't think California. I don't think anyone on California's death row. Oh yeah, there is a couple. There's Pedro Espinosa, who was 19. He's on death row. There's a couple, but they haven't been executed though. They just sitting there.
Right.
And here in California, they're not even sitting on death row anymore.
Right.
They're walking the main line.
Yeah, but see, ain't nobody getting executed even at the age of 22 though, because they sit on death row so long before the execution takes place.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the age you were when you committed your crime.
Right.
That
shouldn't even be sentenced to death, you saying?
Yeah, if you're a teenager, absolutely not.
Right.
I even think if like 21 and under. Now we got these new.
I say 25.
Yeah, I was about to say we got these new laws that we're looking at defendants that are 25 and under, that were sentenced a certain kind of way, we're looking at them differently now.
Mm-hmm.
So we should consider the death penalty when we're talking about 25 and under defendants. If we're going to say this guy was under 25 when he committed this crime, his brain wasn't fully developed, his frontal the frontal lobe wasn't fully developed, let's have some mercy on him. Then we definitely shouldn't be putting 19-year-olds on death row.
And humans ain't got the right to sentence anybody to death. Judge, jury, none of that. You feel me? Y'all just as guilty as the murderer.
I have a theory. Man, that all the judges that sentence people to death and all the people that are involved in that process, they're going to be judged harshly by God when that day comes. Of course, if criminals will be judged, but even those that played a role in the government that did harm to others will definitely have to answer to God. That goes for a judge. A judge that sentences a teenager to death, yes, you're going to have to answer for that.
For sure. For sure. You know, different than a gangbanger retaliating.
But
that's it. Because you the decision in your hands to unalive somebody and you do it. No, that's crazy.
That's why judges, whenever they sentence people to death or whenever they do whatever they do, the harsh stuff, they always say, according to the law, according to the state law, according to California law, they make it seem like it's not me doing it. The law says to do it. You know, they put it on the law.
That's BS.
The law says that you should be sentenced to death.
No, but you enforcing the law.
Yeah. So, hey, I love this quote by Thurgood Marshall. I think I have it over here on my bookshelf over there. Let's see. It says, do the right thing and wait for the law to catch up. Because that's an admission that the law is wrong sometimes, very often. And Thurgood Marshall was a Supreme Court justice. So that means, to a certain degree, reject the law if you think the law is wrong. Do the right thing and wait for the law to catch up. So
that's deep.
Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a very conservative Supreme Court right now, so that's why they don't want to hear this case. We have I think Trump appointed at least 2 or 3 of these people on the Supreme Court. You know, Trump got lucky and was able to appoint a whole bunch of them. There's only 9 people on there, so when you get to appoint 3 of them, that court is going to weigh into your philosophy. You're picking people that think like you.
When Trump term is over, it's gonna be a takeover. They're gonna be celebrating.
Yeah, but those Supreme Court justices, you know, those are jobs for life. So they're gonna be there until they die. Let me see, how many did Trump appoint? Because a president usually is gonna get at least 1 to appoint 1 during his tenure. You might get 2. Yeah, Trump appointed 3. Wow.
He had 2 terms. Keep that in mind. So he probably appointed.
Trump appointed 3 Supreme Court justices during his first term.
See,
he appointed Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Barrett. I don't think he's appointed any during this second term.
Okay.
Shoot, I don't know. I don't even think Obama was able to appoint 3. I think he maybe got 2. And the thing is his timing. It's when people get old, when justices are about to die. How many did Biden appoint? Barack Obama made 2 successful appointments to the Supreme Court. He made 2.
Biden there, he forgot.
Let me see. Did Biden do it?
Biden's so old, he forgot. He's supposed to. I forgot.
Hey, Biden put a Puerto Rican on the Supreme Court. The first Puerto Rican ever, Sonia Sotomayor. She's from the Bronx too, which is crazy. But yeah, you don't expect the Supreme Court, the current Supreme Court, to consider anything like rap lyrics, you know, or death penalty confessions at the last hour. Nah, they're not considering none of that. I just want to play the second clip I have on the story, just because this second clip kind of reiterates the confession by the co-defendant. Can we play clip 3, please?
The state has executed the man who has insisted that he was not the shooter in a double murder nearly 20 years ago, despite initially confessing to it. James Broadnax died by lethal injection earlier tonight with the families of Matthew Butler and Stephen Swan nearby. Robbie Owens reports now from Huntsville.
James Broadnax was pronounced dead here at 6:47 p.m., approximately 20 minutes after that lethal dose was administered. We're told there were no complications. He did read a final statement and looked briefly in the direction of the victim's family members who had gathered to watch that execution. As he read his final statement, it says in part, "I pray to God for your forgiveness. Despite what you think about me, I hope to God that prayer was answered. But no matter what you think about me, Texas got it wrong." So even until drawing his final breath, Broadnax insisting that he was not the trigger man. We are told that the family members of his victims remain stoic throughout. Not so for Broadnax's wife.
He's gone. They took him.
Prison officials tell us that the woman that Broadnax married while he was in prison was visibly distraught throughout the proceedings. As she exited the prison, she screamed that the state of Texas has murdered my husband and insisted that no one has won. His accomplice, Demarius Cummings, saying that he was in fact the trigger man and not Broadnax, but the courts did not buy that argument. The Supreme Court refusing to stay the execution. Demarius Cummings serving a life prison sentence without the possibility of parole for his role in that double murder. In Huntsville, Robbie Owens, CBS News, Texas.
Now, in that clip, we learned that the victim's family was present, where in the last clip, it didn't state that. And then also, not being the trigger person, I guess in this case, Texas did make a distinction between who was the trigger person, who wasn't. So Demarius, I guess they believe Demarius was present, but not the trigger person. So he gets life without parole. And Mr. Broadnax, I guess they believe, was the trigger person. But do you think that Demarius Cummings now saying, "Hey, I'm the trigger person," is he putting himself in a tougher situation legally, or this case is over with, nothing could happen to him?
It's over with.
Yeah,
that's like double jeopardy.
Well, they could add. Well, yeah, you're right. There's not. You can't do another.
Yeah, it's double jeopardy. But the wife is right, man. There's no winners. Everybody loses in this in this instant.
Yeah, I don't know what's the big deal about just giving a person life without parole. LWOP the person.
Right.
Especially who's 19.
Right.
And there's a belief that I know victims' rights, they say, well, if you go from death penalty to LWOP, then he's going to go from LWOP to with parole, and then eventually he'll get a date, because I guess there's always new laws.
That life without rarely come off.
It is hard. But we've seen people on death row, though, Munchie. We've seen people on death row that are free.
Mm-hmm. No one personally.
And yeah. And I think death row is worse than LWOP. But maybe legally, LWOP has you more stuck.
Well, when death row was really a thing in California, you got more shots at pills, and you got these people that'll take on your case. You know what I mean? And you don't got that when you got life or life without parole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is you got more shots at challenging your case when you're when you got death penalty conviction.
But just to hear, I'm going to death row or getting sentenced to death, it hit different. But people don't know, you be on death row so long, you might die naturally before they kill you. You know what I mean?
But it does seem, I don't know statistically if this is true, but it does seem like death penalty defendants have more success at fighting their cases than LWOP defendants do.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think death penalty is the supreme punishment. That's beyond LWOP. But LWOP people, I think they find it difficult to challenge their cases. I wonder if that's true statistically. I don't know.
I think life without parole was probably the most difficult one to get out of.
All right, man. Well, the rap lyric argument didn't work. Mr. Demarius, I said DeMarcus earlier. Demarius Cummings confessing At the last minute didn't work. And poor young, I'm gonna say the 19-year-old Broadnax was executed, even though he was in his 30s. That's pretty young too to get executed. That means it went pretty quick. Well, he was young.
I wonder what's the youngest person in America to get executed? The youngest at the youngest age.
Modern America or early America?
Modern.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but I know early America, man. They executed Nat Turner. Like, look, Nat Turner. I think he got. I might have the dates off, but he was arrested on October 2nd. He went on trial on like October 8th, and he was executed like October 12th, something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, everything happened within 1 month. And of course, this is like 1840 something.
I don't even know what he went on trial for.
Oh, he let a slave.
No, I said I don't know what was the purpose. They was gonna do what they was gonna do anyway. That's what I'm saying. I know exactly what he. You know what I'm saying?
So I'd imagine a lot of young people got executed in the 1800s under American government, American rule. But since, let's say, the 20th century, like let's say from 1940 to now, like the last 80 years, I don't know. But yeah, I always think of Nat Turner, like how you get arrested, charged, trial, executed, all like within 2 weeks. Insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Nat Turner's my hero, man.
Mine's too. Shout out to white boy John Brown. Shout out Nat Turner. Shout out Christopher Dorner.
No, I don't know if I could say that for.
I got to because once you join a department and they not playing right. You know what I mean? And he had to take a stand the best way he knew how. They wasn't hearing him.
Yeah, but Nat Turner was oppressed as a slave.
Right.
He dealt with a lot of trauma. I can't put Dorner in the same category as Nat Turner, even though I understand why people celebrate Dorner, because that was really some gangster-ish he did.
It's funny. They'll never do a movie on him because they feel like they praising him. You know what I mean?
Well, if they do a movie about him, they got to make him the villain, right?
Villain, hero, same shit.
They did a nice documentary on the North Hollywood shootout with those two dudes.
I watched it.
The 44-minute shootout. That's gangster right there. A 44-minute shootout with the LAPD. And even though they both got shot, one got killed on the spot. I think the other one died later.
I would have retired after that. What? If I was the police, I would have retired. I'm out of here.
Some did, I think.
Got me twisted. Y'all don't pay enough. These ain't the regular Crips and Bloods. Hey, hell no. They walking in the banks like they about to walk into a grocery store and buy some tomatoes, and they go in there, lay it down, and walk out like nothing happened. Oh, hell no.
Hey,
looking for smoke, taking their time. Oh, hell no.
Oh, they was ready. They had body armor all the way down to the ankles.
Man, I would have turned my papers in the next day. I'm out of here.
We have never seen nothing like that. 44 minutes, constant shooting at multiple cops.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple cops, dozens of cops. I'm like, wow, these dudes lasted 44 minutes?
Every cop out there deserve a medal.
Yeah,
that's spooky because my scary ass, I would have pulled off. I would. They would have dispatched me there. I ain't pulling up to that. You crazy?
But if that was to happen today, it ain't lasting 44 minutes because now they equipped.
What year was that?
97, I think. And they didn't have rifles in the car. They didn't have the high weapons in the trunk. They just had their service. I was about to say revolvers. They was already using 9mm.
I'll take that back. They don't deserve medals. No. I'll take that back. No, for real. But I know that was a scary. You know what I mean? It was raining bullets.
There was a part in the documentary I saw that there was a gun shop down the street. The LAPD had to go to that gun store and get more ammunition.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So them dudes really served LAPD that day, and I do believe that inspired the movie Heat inspired them.
Yeah, didn't they go to the house?
Yeah, they had Heat in the VCR.
Right.
Because I think that shootout in the movie Heat, look, like shootouts are always corny to me on TV and movies. There's always like some corny aspect of it. But when they shot that movie Heat, they made that shootout look like realistic. They really did. The only thing that I would say in that shootout, I was like, where's the helicopter? Where's the bird at? There would have been a bird like within 5 minutes on the scene. So that was the only part of that scene, of that movie, that they deviated from reality.
I'm trying to think of all the shootout scenes I'm ran across in movies over there. Now that you said a corny thing, you right.
And I think it's difficult to really do shootouts. There was a movie with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage called Face Off. It was said to, at the time, have the most fired bullets in a movie. I thought that shit was corny. Face Off. They had multiple shootouts, but no, that Heat shootout. There was a good one with the dudes from Boston, the two white actors from Boston. What are the two white actors from Boston's name?
What are you talking about?
Gosh, one was married to J-Lo, Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon. Ben Affleck. It was a bank robbery movie that took place in Boston. And Boston, I'm gonna tell you this: Boston has the most thuggish white boys. Probably maybe Detroit, but I don't have a lot of experience in Detroit. Detroit does have a lot of thug white dudes, but Boston has the thuggish white boys, and they were robbing banks. And Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, they're from Boston. They decided to do this movie about these white boys that was robbing banks, and there was a couple good shootouts in that movie. Can't remember the name of it. Maybe you could look it up and let me know.
I mean, I can't consider Menace to Society a shootout, but he shot back. I mean, that wasn't really a shootout.
Yeah.
Hey, producers, directors, y'all got to get y'all shootout game up. You know what I'm saying?
I did think it was corny in Boys in the Hood when Ice Cube decided to get out the car and shoot the dude, right? He's trying to run away. I think he's shooting the dude from Crenshaw Mafia, right? He's supposed to be from Mafia. And he's on the ground, and Ice Cube just stands there. And the guys are in the car. Hurry up, we got to go. And he kind of freezes. In real life, ain't nobody freezing there. You shooting the dude and you running back. You running off. We've seen footage of this millions of times. Nobody just stands there over the body and just stares at the body. But of course.
You stared and he bust.
Yeah.
But guess what? Maybe so, because nobody, in my mind, nobody shoots somebody, run off, and come back and kick them. That's how you know Eric Holder is not mentally there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like the regular criminal on the street, he shoot and he tried to get away.
Well, I wouldn't say he ran off. He shot Nipsey, then he backed up several steps, then he approached the body again. He didn't really run off. He just backed up, and then while he was running off, he ran around the body and kicked him in the head, I think.
That just showed that he's not rap tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was personal.
The typical criminal, they go do what they do and get away or try to, you know what I'm saying?
But we also got to point out that was a 60 on 60 thing. So that's going to be more personal than just a regular gang shooting. When homies kill homies, I think it's more personal.
Hey, and I still want to know how was this girl Nicholson, last name Nicholson, how wasn't she a co-defendant?
She didn't know. I honestly,
bro, if you park and you hear all them shots, you still idling, waiting?
She was actually driving. She was slowly driving off because there is footage.
Okay.
And she was on 58th, almost a block away at the end of the alley. At the end of the alley is 58th place. So it wasn't like she was parked right there and where it was happening at. She was at the end of the alley.
You still hear what you hear from where you at. But I'm saying, so she did start driving off a little bit.
She did start driving off. She was about to turn right on 58th place. She was so far away that there was a dude that ran. Well, as soon as Eric Holder started shooting,
ran past
he ran past the car. He ran from the front of the store, down the side, through the alley, and past the car. You see him passing her, and he ran all the way down 58th place. And I think that's what made her, she started pulling off. She was like, oh, shit, I better. And then right at that point, Eric Holder ran to the car, and he jumped in. So she didn't know what was going on. And she's pointed in the opposite direction, too. So she don't see nothing, and she's on the next block over, 58th place. It's kind of hard to. Hey, the detectives believed her. She didn't trick the detective. She didn't trick the DA. As much as they would love to charge her.
They didn't charge her because they needed her testimony. They rather, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that I don't think it's that they believed her. They didn't want her.
But can you be an unknowing accomplice?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. You can't be an unknowing accomplice. Not in California.
Oh, no. Legally?
Yeah, an
No, you
unknowing
saying-
accomplice.
No, not legally. No, but it's possible somebody could walk you into a crime.
Yeah.
You be waiting on them outside, and you hop back in the car. You done robbed the store or something.
Hey, that's how Cameron Terrell, the white boy, got off. His argument was, I didn't know nothing.
That's bullshit. But you know, hey, it worked.
He got acquitted.
Yeah. It worked. But it's possible for that to happen. But not in California. By the book, they ain't going for it. But they let her slide. Because if they wanted to, you know what I mean? She a black girl. They don't care about us like that. They could have both hit him with some L's.
Also, she was very cooperative from the beginning. She turned over her car. They took the car to like forensic analysis, her cell phone. They went through everything. They went to her apartment. They went to her mom's place because she had her own apartment and she was just moving between her mom's place and her place. So they raided both of those spots. So she cooperated as much as a person can. You know, she didn't hold nothing back.
You know what? This is the second time during this. I'll take that back. I don't believe because I don't think she would have took a picture with Nipsey and then, you know what I mean?
And she posted it.
So of course not. That's why. All right, I'll take that back. I apologize, Miss Nicholson.
Hey, there were some people on her Facebook page when she posted that, right when it happened, they're calling her the killer. I think she had to shut down her Facebook page after that. Everyone was like, "Damn, you're a killer." So that was crazy.
I wonder if she moved out of state.
Hey, I've been wanting to do an interview with Bernita Nicholson, but it's pretty. I figured if you were willing to testify, maybe you'll do an interview. But it's been 4 years.
Shit, Bernita could get a bag off that. She don't know how much money she'd get.
Yeah.
Well, not from Alex. Alex ain't paying, but you know,
we don't want to give her any ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't think her story is that desired right now because it's been old.
Yeah, it is. It's all on the interviewer.
Yeah, I guess the guys that pay would probably do it. Like Art of the Dialogue would probably do it.
If you're a good interviewer, then that be mattering, man. Like 2 different people could interview the same person and they come out completely different, bro.
100%.
Yeah, it's all on the interviewer.
All right, man. Keefe D. He's still waiting to go on trial for the 1996 homicide of Tupac Shakur. Hey, I saw this great little clip of Tupac coming out of court during his
walking
rape.
like the Jefferson.
Yeah. But then the white girl interviewed her, and she goes up to him and says, Tupac, just a pack, the way she pronounced his name. And he was very nice with her. He answered all her questions. How'd the trial go? Oh man, this ain't even about Tupac. This is a trial against my image. It's about thug life. It's about my rap lyrics. Hey, and we're gonna talk about this with Keefe D. But he was 23 years old in that interview. That lasted about 3 minutes. Walking out like George Jefferson, huh? No. I'm not sure if the George Jefferson walk might have been when he was spitting. When he was spitting at the media?
No. I think that's 2 different things.
Okay, because he got that kind of walk. He does that walk.
Nah, he purposely put his hands to the back.
Yeah. He did.
He
did exaggerate it, but he kind of has that walk a little bit. When you just see him walk regular, he's got that kind of sway to his walk.
But he was
but I know what you're talking about.
Bald head Jefferson dude for sure though.
Yeah,
that was funny.
I used to do that walk when I was a kid.
Man, shout out Tupac, bro.
Oh man, I miss Tupac,
bro. Ain't no way in the world my 10-year-old should know who Tupac is, bro. No way, bro.
Everybody knows Tupac.
Come on, bro. And he bigger than life. And then I hate that people put people against each other, but I guess they was like comparing Nipsey to Tupac. Like, don't do that because then you force people to say negative things about the other person. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he ain't been unalive long enough to like measure up, you know, different legacies and statuses or whatever, but
no one can compare to Tupac, man. Nobody. There's not an artist. Look, Tupac's career was only 5 years long. That's it. 5 years.
He made a big impact, bro.
And in 5 years, he did like 7 movies. I don't know, 4 albums. He had a double album. 5 years is all his career was from when he was with Digital Underground, when he had that one line on that song, and to when he was killed in 96. From 91 to 96, that's his career.
I mean, he got to be the most impactful hip-hop artist in hip-hop history.
He's got the most incredible 5-year run of any artist. Any artist. From acting to the movies. He even has some TV cameos, of course, to all his albums.
And he relatable. That he like ain't nobody was talking about they mama being on drugs and you know what I'm saying. But now years later, you got Mozzie, Incorrect baby up there. But you know, man, shout out Tupac, man.
And he was always in some trouble. He was always in some situation. Shot them cops and off-duty cops in Atlanta. Always in some trouble, man. But unfortunately, man, the guy that may have played a role. He may have played a role. I'm leaning towards he did, but I'm not sure where you stand on that. Keefe D was in court the other day, trying to get all this evidence suppressed. And that's what you're supposed to do as a defendant. You try to get as much evidence suppressed as possible. But I don't think they were going for it. And let's see here. Look, we'll go with the... Let me pull up an article here. Dwayne Davis attorneys asked to exclude interviews, tell-all book from Tupac murder trial evidence. Prosecutors introduced evidence related to the murder of Christopher Wallace as well. That's new to me. I never thought he would be linked to the Biggie homicide, but that's some new allegations that they're saying now.
They just trying to close some cases, but go ahead.
But that's the Los Angeles case, so Nevada has no business trying to even go there. But Dwayne Keefe D. Davis appeared in court for the latest hearing ahead of his murder trial for the deadly 1996 shooting of rapper Tupac Shakur. Davis is accused of ordering the murder of West Coast rapper after his late nephew Orlando Anderson was involved in a fight with Shakur and others inside the MGM Grand. He remains in custody on a murder charge connected to the shooting. According to court documents, the hearing was intended to address multiple motions filed, one of which involving Davis's attorney's effort to exclude any evidence from Davis's previous police interviews and his tell-all book, Compton Street Legend, from the trial. Both include various confessions and claims from Davis that his attorneys argue was protected by a previous agreement with the LAPD. Prosecutors say Davis's disclosure of those details violated the agreement and has paved the way for them to be used as evidence in the trial. Prosecutors also add that they're crucial in painting his role as a shot caller of the Southside Crips who ordered Tupac Shakur's murder. And he was due back in court just today, man. He was due back in court today for a judge to address these issues. But before we answer that, I have a clip from when these lawyers first started to file these briefs. Play clip 4 first.
Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is back in the Las Vegas courtroom today for a status check in the Tupac Shakur murder case.
This trial keeps getting pushed back. Today's hearing is mostly about scheduling and kind of housekeeping, if you will. Both sides are getting ready for a much bigger hearing that's happening a week from today. That trial readiness hearing on June 30th is expected to cover whether the jury will be sequestered, kind of like they were during the OJ case, and also whether jurors will hear Davis's past statements to police and read from his book called Compton Street Legend. For now, the trial date is still set for August 10th, but that's been pushed back so many times. Some folks are wondering if it's going to happen by then.
All right, so guess what they decided, man? Guess what the judge decided?
What's that?
The judge will allow his statement to the police, the LAPD statement, and his book to be introduced as evidence if the prosecution wants to do so.
You know, he was making a lot of rounds via the internet. I think I even heard him say something like when his nephew started busing, Tupac trying to hop in the seat was breakdancing or something, trying to get to the back seat. Like, you know what I mean? Then he said, I saw the bullet. I thought Suge got hit in the head or something. Like, I thought he was gone. He was just doing too much, man.
Well, he did confess to Greg Kading, LAPD. They recorded it. But when he confessed, that was a proffer session where he was given limited immunity. Limited immunity, meaning what you say in this room is protected. You cannot be charged for anything you say during this session, this proffer session. But if you go outside this proffer session and you repeat the same stuff you said here, then you could be charged for it.
I thought if you went outside that interview right there and said something a little bit different from what you originally said, then that opened up a lane for them to come for you.
No, it's just, it's only protected during that proffer session. So he basically did a BET interview in 2018 where he said the same thing he said to Greg Kading. And then his book is basically the same thing he said to Greg Kading. The only difference was he put a gun in Tupac's hand in the book, thinking that, I guess, he anticipated that, if I ever have a problem, I'll just say self-defense. He's never admitted that Pac pulled a gun out or Pac had a gun or he saw a gun. So that part in the book was an added part that nobody ever heard before.
Basically, all they got is these interviews and in the book, right? Because most of these witnesses is dead.
Yeah, everybody in that car is dead.
Ain't no footage. You know what I mean? From way back then in the 90s, right?
And they never recovered the gun. No footage, no gun.
I think it's beatable if he alive by the time trial start.
Well, I think that the proffer session he gave could bury him, because you're talking to the LAPD, and as a Las Vegas prosecutor, you're going to tell the jury this is an audio of him confessing to the homicide. Now, during this session, he was given immunity, meaning that you guys were never supposed to hear this. But because he decided to run his mouth after this session and do a book about it, now it's all coming to light. I think that's pretty convincing. I think that's pretty convincing to a jury out in Clark County, Nevada.
So Greg Kading could retire and write a book about it, but shit.
Well, Greg Kading is not charged with it. He's not. Yeah, he could write a book about it, but he's not a suspect. And even if Greg Kading writes a book about Keefe D and spills all the beans, that can't be used against Keefe D. They're using Keefe D against Keefe D. Yeah. They're using his book, Keefe D book, against Keefe D. Keefe D mouth against Keefe D. And I guess it was hard to just stay quiet. He needed money. I believe he was struggling out there, and it was crazy. He lives in Nevada. He lives in Vegas or
Henderson.
In Henderson.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. You end up moving to probably 10 minutes away from where this crime took place, maybe 15 minutes away from where this crime took place. I would have never moved to the state where I could be implicated in a homicide.
Man, that was in the 90s. He wasn't even thinking about that no more. He was thinking like it's behind him.
Yeah, but you started doing interviews. You started, you wrote a book. And it didn't work, man. It just didn't work. So his trial is scheduled for August. I don't think it's going to happen in August, but we'll see. And what's crazy, I was supposed to write an intro for his book. And his
I think you told me that before.
Yeah, the publisher sent me, I still have it to this day, I have a printout of the book. Like it's before it got published, a pre-published version of his book. I said, before I could write an intro, I need to read the book first. I said, I'll think about it. I was thinking about, okay, he did tell in that proffer session, but if the book is cool, maybe I'll write an intro to the book. But once I read the Tupac part about him having the gun, I said, oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that to my boy Pac. I cannot do that to Tupac. Tupac will be rolling in his grave.
Yeah, and the police didn't recover no gun.
Never recovered a gun.
Right.
And although I never had a relationship with Tupac, I felt like I would be doing a disservice to Tupac by putting my name, stamping my name on his book.
Morals over money.
So I didn't, and I'm sure, and he got mad at me for that too. He said some disrespectful things to me online before he got arrested.
For real?
Yeah, he tried to say, I never asked you to write nothing for my book. Well, technically, you're right. It was your co-author, a guy named Yusef Ja, asked me to write it, okay? The guy who wrote your whole book, you didn't write none of this book. Your co-author wrote the book for you. And Yusef Ja wrote a great book back in the 90s about the Crips and Bloods, where each chapter was about a different person. So T. Rogers had a chapter in that book. Bone had a chapter in that book. I can't remember I think Q-Bone from Broadway. So that was a great book. And when he hit me up, I was like, you know what? Because I was in the middle between. I got a lot of respect for Yusef Ja because he put on for the culture in this book, but of course, I gotta respect Pac as well. And that part of the book that they put in there turned me off. It was a rap. So Pac, I got you, man. I got you, man. Hey, this funny. I'll tell you a funny story. There was a time where Pac got into a little. It was like a group rumble. It was a group fight. The group he was in against another group, and Pac was fearless, but Pac didn't know how to fight, man. He was swimming, throwing his punches. That's how he fight. So if anybody knows Pac and seen him squab, you know I'm telling the truth. That's how he fight. But he's fearless, you know.
Yeah, I mean, got that Black Panther spirit.
Yeah, man. And I remember Steph and myself and my little brother bumped into him at the movies for the when the movie A Bronx Tale came out. A Bronx Tale. We saw A Bronx Tale on the week it premiered. Robert De Niro, great movie. I see all these clips on Instagram from A Bronx Tale to this day. And Pac was watching that movie with his, I don't know who the girl was, and my little brother was with me, and I told my little brother, "Hey, Tupac is in the line." He was like, "You lying?" I said, "Nah, Tupac just got in the line. He's right behind us. Go walk to the back of the line." And he walked back there, and my brother went crazy. Tupac. My brother was just in LA for a very short period of time.
Oh, that was a cool visit for him.
Hey, when my brother was here, he bumped into so many people. He was only in LA for like 6 months. One day he's got all these photos. And I said, "What are these photos?" He says, I was in Hollywood, and Jamie Foxx was out there with a whole bunch of people at this club, and then after he invited us to his house. So my brother was at Jamie Foxx's house after a party, and he had a bunch of pictures at Jamie Foxx's house. Then one day he's walking down Melrose because he was going to Fairfax High. They were shooting the movie. They were shooting an episode of Martin, and he got these pictures with Martin. I'm like, "How'd you meet Martin?" They were shooting the show, and then he was with me when he saw Tupac. 6 months he saw all of this, and I'm sure he probably tells people, "Man, you go to LA, you're gonna see celebrities everywhere." And nah, you ain't really. He got lucky.
I know those three legends too.
Yeah, he got lucky. He got lucky, man. But so you think Keefe D might be able to beat this?
It sounds like it's beatable, but I know he ain't got no paid representation. But you know, a lot of times these public defenders, state appointees, they be doing their thing, man.
Yeah, it's gonna take a miracle though, because can you imagine the book and the interviews in front of a jury, and the prosecutor basically saying, "Look, this is what it is," and his name has been attached to this homicide for decades. And it just so happens this same guy writes this book. Oh, they're gonna have a field day with all his interviews and whatever they want to present.
I think it's beatable, man. As long as he got a good what it's called, the lawyer got a good strategy.
Yeah, the only way it's beatable is if the defense attorney pick some quality jurors. You got to pick jurors, and that's the hardest thing to do. You got to know, like, I wonder if with this jury, he got some tattoos on his arm. Okay, he's 25 years old. He just graduated from college. He's Latino. You know, it's just like, I wonder where. It's so difficult, you know. I always tell lawyers, hey, you should hire me to help you pick the jury.
No, they ain't doing that.
Oh, they do it all the time. They hire people to help them pick jurors.
For real?
Yeah. If I got a history of not guilty verdicts, why wouldn't you want to help? Why wouldn't you want to use that person to help you pick a jury? I would do it. I would do it. That's like the hardest part. Most of the time, lawyers don't have anyone helping them. It's just them. You know?
They're my client.
But you should always have a jury consultant, but most don't. There's a whole movie about this where Gene Hackman is manipulating the whole jury behind the scenes for this huge civil case. I forget what that one's called. And they're using jury consultants to try to help them pick the right jury. This is for a civil case, of course. But I don't know how often in criminal cases they hire jury consultants. But that's the only way this guy gonna beat it.
I don't think they do it often.
I know that most of the cases that I deal with, it's the lawyer's doing it all by him or herself. You know,
I consider a lawyer an expert in that lane.
Picking a jury.
If you've been a trial a billion times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, a lawyer could definitely use another set of eyes to be like, hey, what you think about this guy right here? Because you get the whole little bio on the person, you know, age, race, occupation, and then you're looking at the person. You're seeing them right there. So you're doing a little bit of judging. What's the word?
Stereotyping.
You're doing a whole lot of stereotyping, you know. But that's all you got to go off of, you know. And then you get to ask them a few questions about how they feel about the police. This, you know, it's like rolling the dice.
It's gambling for real.
But when I'm sitting in the stand, when I'm testifying for the defense, and I'm looking at the jury, I already can tell, okay, which jurors are feeling me. Because I get a lot of head nods, or I could tell which jurors aren't really feeling me. They're not taking any notes. They're mean mugging the whole time. They don't like what I'm saying.
They probably ready to go home.
So I'm
been
seeing
there for weeks.
I'm seeing the different reactions I'm getting from the jury, because I look at the jury when I'm talking, and then I'll tell the lawyer after. I'll be like, hey, jurors 1, 5, and 6, I think you got them. I think you got them, you know? And sometimes I'm right, you know? And I'm like, hey, jury 9 is a hater. I could just tell he's a hater. So that part is important for Keefe D's case, I think.
I don't know nothing about the landscape of Vegas like that. I know, like if it was a jury pool out at CCB, you know how to look, you know what I'm saying? Because of the surrounding jury pool they got. But I don't know nothing about Vegas to know, you know what I'm saying? What I'm looking for exactly out of Nevada.
Well, you definitely want some black folks. I think that killed Carmelo Anthony, the 17-year-old kid in Texas that was found guilty of stabbing that student. All black jurors were struck.
Yeah.
You definitely have to have at least one black juror.
You go get some black jurors in Vegas.
Yeah.
But what part of Nevada, it depends on what part of Nevada you in. But he was on the Strip when it happened, so he gonna have some black jurors for sure.
How about this, Munch? Would you want a person that listens to hip hop music or that doesn't listen to hip hop music? Because I think that's important. Because if you get some Tupac sympathizers, you're screwed.
I don't think when it's a person of that magnitude that you're going on trial for, I think it should probably be tried a little different. It's supposed to be some special like instructions or something, because it's hard to be on trial and you responsible for Michael Jackson being dead, and everybody feel like they related to him in a way because they grew up off of him, or like, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, it'd be kind of impossible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably almost impossible to find a person that never heard of Michael Jackson.
Right.
But I think there are a group of people in this generation that might have never heard of Tupac, you know, in the corners of America somewhere.
Man, I wouldn't want to go to trial, and let's say Kobe Bryant was assassinated instead of that tragic incident. Going to trial for Kobe, I'm guilty, bro. I don't care if I didn't do it. They go fry me. They need special jury instructions for people like that.
Yeah, but also I'm just talking about picking a jury. Like I would ask a question in this case to all the jurors.
I'm talking about a hero, a icon. Like it'd be hard.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who don't listen to rap. So if I was consulting with the lawyer, I would say ask the question: do they listen to rap music? If they say yes, don't pick them, because I would believe.
But we all know that the DA got the leverage and they keep them anyway. You know how that go.
Well, you both get a certain number of strikes. Each side gets the same number of strikes.
Who levers?
It's equal. It's equals.
All right.
So that would definitely be a question. Of course, the prosecution is probably going to want a jury that has all. Listen, I want all my jurors that listen to rap music, because most people who listen to rap music love Tupac, right? It's very few people who don't like Tupac. So that should definitely be a question during the jury selection. Do you listen to rap?
The DA got the leverage on that. It ain't even. It ain't even for sure. The people, they be doing BS during the jury selection.
Yeah, but you get to strike an equal amount of people. So if you got, let's say you got 18 people there at the end, the defense has 4 strikes, the prosecution has 4 strikes. So if there's 18 people, I'm striking anybody who listens to rap. You're getting struck.
If they from the East Coast, I'm keeping them. Cause you know most Biggie lovers don't really care for Pac.
Yeah, it's split.
People from the East Coast don't care for Pac. So if I hear that accent, like he from the Bronx or something, oh yeah, I'm keeping him.
Or you could you'll know where the people are from right off the bat without even.
I'm keeping anything East Coast.
Keeping anything East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Well, he's going on trial. If he goes on trial in August, I might pop up on 1 or 2 of those dates. I'm just curious, very curious about this trial.
He gonna be mad dogging you. He see you walking to court.
I know. He used to come up to the Gangster Chronicles podcast, boy. He was a character, boy. That dude was a character. I couldn't believe how him and Mob James was so cool. I was like, how you?
Because his wife was from South.
Yeah. But that's an interesting little,
or baby mama, whatever you want to call her.
They from both hoods hate each other to this day, you know. But it was
nah, not really with the mobs.
Yeah, it kind of it's died down.
Mm-hmm.
It's died down. But yeah, I never got the interview either with Keefe D. The dude wanted some money. And then eventually he was going to do one with me without the money, and it just never happened. All right, man, where can the people tap in with Munchie Be the Mayor?
Morals over money. Like, hype, subscribe, MB_the Mayor on Instagram and Twitter. Yep.
What you got coming on the platform? Anything interesting?
I got some Trick Target Secret by Munchie Beat content because I've been slacking. I've been distracted, so I'm about to start loading up over there, and that's about it.
All right, man. Street TV, tap in with us if you want to listen to the podcast. Spotify and Apple are probably the best spots to go to. Of course, you want to watch the clips, tap in with the YouTube channel, Street TV. Also, go to the playlist, Straight Politicking playlist, and there's a lot of good clips in there. And we out.